Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Long time no see. Um, I kind of went MIA and I haven't been posting in a really long time. And today I just kind of want to talk about like all my exes, plural. um, and I want to talk about what I learned from each relationship. So, my first relationship, I was with this guy from 19 to 25 to 26, I believe. It was I think a 7 or 6 year relationship. So we were together for a really long time. And it was weird because like when we had first started dating, um I thought I had no chance at him because I thought he was too attractive. And I feel like the universe oftentimes will answer my prayers, but it does it in a way, like a fucked up way. So then that point in my life, I didn't really know what I wanted in a man because I didn't really grow up with like a healthy relationship with my parents. And all I wanted him was to be like cute, okay? And so Lolo came into my life and we were together for a really long time and a lot of bad stuff happened between us, transpired between us. I was unhealed. He also was unhealed and we had a really bad codependency relationship with each other. I was toxic to him and I was not a perfect girlfriend to him and I made a lot of mistakes. And I would never want to date him ever again in my life, but I wish you well if you're watching this. I hope that you learn to love yourself and you learn boundaries and you learn to respect yourself and you learn that from a non-biased perspective, I did not like the way his family treated him. Um, Not just because I was his girlfriend for so long, but he had an older brother. And one of his older brothers would always be spoiled rotten. Like for Christmas, they'd have his photo up on the wall. And like I remember he never was like on the wall. Like I remember taking photos of him and then going to Walgreens and then putting them up on the wall for him because I just felt like his parents like didn't value him. And I remember he graduated carpenter school and whatchamacallit, they didn't get him anything. They didn't get him a graduation gift, nothing. I think I bought him a cake, balloons, and a card. I did something like that. But I was like, congrats, like you graduated, like, you know? And I always felt like his family never really valued him. So if I had to give any advice to him, it'd be like, learn to love yourself, learn to speak up, and talk about your feelings because that was like a big thing in our relationship. What drove me away was a lot of things, but it was like his inability to communicate with me, right? It drove me mad. And like the only time I would see any emotion out of him was when he would like get drunk or cry, you know? And I'm not saying like anything is wrong with that because we're human beings and, you know, we're not robots, but if I had to say anything to him, I would say that your feelings matter and you should speak up and tell your family how you feel more often, you know. And I feel bad because at that point in time I was too weak mentally to like leave a relationship. So I left him like 3 times, but he kept wanting me back. We kept fighting and yeah, like we tried for a really long time and then after like the last 2 years of my relationship with him, I just couldn't do it anymore. I remember his mom treating me really badly. She was a female dog. She was a horrible person to me. I am thankful for her letting me stay under her roof in her house, but she was really weird. Like, she always treated me badly because I was friends with this one girl, and she judged me for it. She judged me for my CNA class. Sorry, someone is fucking screaming. Anyways, she judged me for my CNA class. She was like, "Oh, why aren't you a CNA yet?" And I was like, "Because it's 2020 and they keep pushing it back because of COVID." She was just rude as fuck to me, like all the time. I remember I wanted her to sign a form to get, I think it was like release information. It was like to release me from my parents so that I could use my own tax form for financial aid. And all I needed was like a piece of paper from her sister who was a registered nurse, right? And on the paper, I just needed to say that I was like abused and I was emancipated from my mom, and my mom no longer was taking care of me. And at that point, she was not taking care of me. I was like 19 or 20. And yeah, so she said she could have her sister sign it. And then she told me to my face, like, oh no, you're gonna get my sister fired. I'm not gonna help you. Just like rude as fuck to me. This woman was crazy. Like, she was insane. She would have ring light cameras all over the house because she thought I was gonna steal her shit. And I'm like, I don't steal anything. She didn't think that I was gonna become a CNA. She didn't think that I was gonna become a nurse. So I did all that. Like, I proved her wrong. Not that I was trying to prove people. I did it for myself too. But yeah, I wasn't trying to prove anything to anyone. I just like knew that her son wasn't going to take care of me the way I needed to be taken care of. And yeah, I'm not happy with myself. But the day, so okay, the gist of it, because I talk a lot, basically his mom was really horrible to me. She'd always scream at me over our cat and him pooping everywhere, but it's like I couldn't control a cat, and I was like the only one cleaning the cat litter, going to school full time, going to work full time. And then my ex at that point in time, he was a carpenter in the local 951 union, and he wasn't working. And I'd wake up next to him and I'd be like, you were supposed to be at a job site today, like what are you doing? He just like gave up, and he wasn't trying to like support us anymore. And at that point I was working part-time, nursing school full-time, and I was going mentally insane because I had to take care of him, the cats, and 30 chickens. And I miss the chickens. I miss Bella and Gregory. But life happens, like, you know. And so he was a man child. He did some things for me, but a lot of the times, in order for him to do those things, we would have to get into screaming fights for it to happen. And it was really toxic on both ends. And I'm sorry about that. And I already apologized to him too, like a long time ago. Because I truly am sorry. And I feel like I beat myself up for the past, but I wish you well, Lolo. Like, if you're watching this, I really, truly do wish you well. I don't really have hate for you in my heart anymore. I just want to see my cat Bella and my cat Gregory one day. I tried sending him money. He didn't accept it. I tried talking to him about them. He told me never to contact him again. It was just a lot of like emotional immaturity. And then his brother was harassing me online saying that I gave up the cats, which was ironic because Gregory was his cat that he gave away. And they had like 4 dogs, and like the majority of those dogs his brother gave away to have his parents take care of those dogs. So yeah, his brother was talking shit about me, but I clocked him on that because I was like, I was trying to give like child support to the cats. I was trying to you know, get into contact with him to get my cats back. And at that point in time, I was at my sister's house, and my sister like would not let me have a cat. And then I was like homeless, and then I was like sleeping on my brother's couch. So having a cat at that point in time was just not a good thing for me. But if he were ever to contact me in the future, I would take Bella and Gregory back in a heartbeat, like, you know. But he doesn't want to co-parent, so I guess I'm out of luck, but it's whatever. But yeah, so his brother was harassing me online about it, and I was like, that's really ironic because you gave away all these cats for someone else to take care of. It's like his mom just raised a whole bunch of man-child men. And yeah, I hate that woman. She's a female dog. She was a horrible person to me. She was really rude to me for a long time, and I do not miss her. I'm so thankful that she's no longer my mother-in-law. And I know, technically speaking, we were never fiancés, but I just call her mother-in-law because it's easier for me to say than me to say ex-boyfriend's mother. Does that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, so that happened. And the day that we broke up, I had confided in this girl, Caitlin, and Caitlin was dating like the older sibling. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I was telling her how crazy my mother-in-law was, and I was like, yeah, she'll put like these signs over the washing machine saying like, don't wash clothes in my washer. Just like crazy shit, like in red ink, like super, super big and crazy, okay? And I was like, wow, that's funny because my boyfriend bought half of the dryer and you're saying that we can't use it for certain things. Like, it was just annoying. But I get it. It was her house and we were like following her rules. And I know some of you guys are probably wondering, like, why weren't you trying to get out of her house? I was in school to get a better job to try to get out of her house. Like, it's not like I was not doing nothing with my life, you know? And so, Caitlin comes over and she asked me and my boyfriend to, like, put her motorcycle in her truck. And so we're like, okay, let's go do it, right? And I remember I was, like, crocheting, like, out on, like, they had this, like, little, like, yard area thingy. I was crocheting. We put the bike in the thing, and I go downstairs because I'm tired. And I was like, I think I did like a 4 or 5 hour class. And I was like, oh shoot, I didn't say goodbye to Caitlin. And I go up to her and I'm like, have a good night. Like, because I'm like, okay, you're my sister-in-law, basically. Like, I want to have a good relationship with you. If I can't have a good relationship with you, then I can't have a good relationship with the family, like, you know. And I'm not really good with the family because it's awkward and there's been a lot of drama, right? But I want to, like, I want to make a friendship with you. I want to extend that olive branch towards you, right? And you know what this female dog does? She tells my mother-in-law that I was, like, talking crap about her, saying that whatchamacallit, like, she puts signs on the washing machine and she has ring light cameras in her house. Like, she tells her that. And so my boyfriend comes down the staircase and he's like, hey, did you say anything to Caitlin? I was like, no, like, what are you talking about? Like, we had a good night. Like, he's like, well, she said that, I mean, my mom said that you were talking shit about her to Caitlin. I was like, maybe before, but not tonight, like, you know? And I just thought it was weird as fuck because this female dog was so fake to me. She was this really tall African girl, right? And I have nothing wrong with, like, African people. Like, my best friend is black, okay? Love her. She's my sister. And it's just the fact that she fucked me over. And I'm just describing her. She was a tall, privileged black girl. And I say privileged because she was a Marine and her parents were lawyers. And I don't care that, like, I'm talking about this because this is, like, the actual story. But I just kind of, like, freaked out. And he told me, like, have you been talking crap about my mom? Because she said that you've been talking crap about her on social media. And I was like, I have not been talking crap about her on social media. I have been talking about her to my brother because obviously I'm gonna vent about shit that, like, she's doing to me, like, you know. And I was like, maybe she was listening through the walls hearing me talk about her to my brother on the phone, like, you know. But I gave him my phone. I was like, go through my Instagram, go through my TikTok, like, I have nothing to hide, right? And so that night we got into an argument because, like, I wanted to know what she was saying about me, his mom. And mind you, I'm, like, downstairs hiding and then she's upstairs, but, like, I didn't want drama. Like, I was just, like, at that point I was just so done with my mother-in-law. Like, I was just so fucking done. And so I ended up leaving. And you know, like, the end of a relationship where you just feel so mentally numb and you go quiet and you stop begging and you stop crying, right? That's how I was. At that point in our relationship, it had been 6 years. I was like, he's not gonna fucking change. Every fucking day, I would ask him, can you fold your clothes? Can you, like, get a job? Can you stop playing Fortnite? Can you help with cat litter? Can you help feed your chickens? Like, I was like, I'm literally dying. I'm, like, literally dying, taking care of everything in your house. And I feel like I'm drowning. And then he wasn't there mentally for me. Like, we get into fights, or, like, I would tell him to, like, close the toilet lid and we would just be screaming at each other. Like, it was just, like, things like that. Or our biggest thing was, like, he would say that he would do something and then he wouldn't do it. Like, he wasn't a doer. He'd just be like, oh yeah, we'll do this, but then he wouldn't do shit, right? Or he's like, oh, I want to get healthy, but he wouldn't work out. Like, he just wouldn't do the things that he said. And so he was just, like, a big man child to me. Okay, not to say that, like, he didn't do things for me, because he would bring me food and stuff, like, occasionally. And it took him 6 years, but he bought me a Coach bag. He bought me that Coach bag, but it took him 6 years to do that. Okay. And at that night, I was like, you know, I can't fucking do this anymore. And I, like, packed up all my shit and I left because I was like, I'm not going to stay at this house anymore. And I moved back in with my sister, and, like, me and my sister have been fighting, like, nonstop, so it was really bad. And I was crying. I forgot what happened because, like, I had to drop off something to my brother's friend, and she was like the lady at Walmart, like the manager at Walmart, and she just hugged me crying, like while I was crying. I was like, dude, I just broke up with my boyfriend. Like, we've been together for 6 years, like, you know. And I remember he tried like winning me back, and he was crying, and he bought me pizza, and he changed my oil. And I feel bad for what I did, but at that point I was just over it. Like, mentally I had moved on after like 2 years, and I was just done. And instead of loving myself and taking care of myself, I jumped into another relationship with this guy. We'll call him Hawk. And I'm gonna do that in another video. But what was I gonna say about him? So the way I left Lolo, I acknowledge now, was really fucked up. And I get it. I left him for another guy. And I thought the grass was greener on the other side, but in a way, I feel like we were both really unhappy. And I know that, like, if we were to stay together, we would have destroyed each other. Because I kept telling him, you need therapy, you need therapy, and you talk about your feelings. And then he wouldn't go. He'd be like, oh, yeah, I'll go, I'll go. But he was really stubborn. He was a Taurus, I was a Pisces, right? And, yeah, like, if you're watching this, Lolo, like, I'm sorry for what I did. I shouldn't have left you like that. I shouldn't have stayed with you for 6 years. I wasted both of our time, like a lot of our time together, and I'm sorry. But after like a year or two, I should have realized that you were never going to marry me, and you're never going to make me the one. Because at that point, he was always like looking at women with big boobs and big butts, like, you know. And I just always felt like I'm never gonna be like a beautiful Instagram model. Like, I'm never gonna be what he wants, like, you know? Because Taurus have like a wandering eye, and they're always like looking at other women. And it just made me feel like I will never be enough for you. So that was another reason why I left. And by far, like, he taught me a lot. You know, I learned a lot from that relationship, but I should have ended it a lot sooner, but I just didn't have the confidence in myself, and I didn't love myself to walk away. I didn't know how to have boundaries, because like at that point, like, I wasn't taught love as a kid. And I truly am sorry for how things ended. And like, if you were willing to be friends with me in the future and let me see Bella and Gregory, like, I'd be down. But I don't think I'd ever want to date you again. Like, no offense. But I would want to be your friend. But I wish you well, and I know you're probably gonna be mad that I posted this video, but it's not talking shit. It's literally me talking about my lived experiences, you know? And I miss the cats. I miss Tyrese. It sounds weird, but I miss like his stupidity. He was so fucking funny. It was my ex-boyfriend's like best friend. This guy was like hilarious. Like, I don't like a lot of Aquarius men, but this guy would make me laugh so fucking hard. Yeah, I miss Tyrese. Hope he's doing well with his crazy baby mama. I hope he gets full custody. And I don't know what else to say, I guess. But I wish you well. I wish that you have a good life. Love you. But I wouldn't want to get back with you. That's all. But I wish you well. Thank you for 6 years of friendship. Okay. Goodbye, guys.